Alright, Bonehawks, this video is all about Injustice Tuesday. It's back. Kind of tested the waters a couple weeks ago with a little beginner guide kind of thing. But yeah, I'm going to try and post some content every Tuesday here about Injustice 2. So if you're new and you want to keep up on some content, every Tuesday something will come out. Used to do live streams. I don't think there's a player base like that anymore. At least not one that's as casual as I am. But if you're out there, I do have this game on Xbox and PC, and maybe we can do some games. But for now, we're just going to go into a kind of character overview, just rough overview if you're interested in maybe picking up this character or just learning a little bit more about her. This is Supergirl in Injustice 2. Let's get into it.
Accept your death.
So Supergirl is your classic all-rounder, typical of this type of character. She can kind of really do everything, but she's not great at much. She has a couple kind of gimmicky things, a couple little setups, but basically she just plays the game really well. She's got her projectile, only projectile is her trait. Little eye lasers you can do a bunch of different ways, depending on how you want. Just gotta watch that trait meter. And then for her normals, she kind of suffers from Quan Chi in Mortal Kombat kind of thing. She's a little bit on the slow side. So her down one is this right here, and that's 8 frames. I believe that is 9 frames. And then this is her fastest one, just 7 frames, but it's death on block. You can cancel it into other special moves. There are moves that can interrupt it, but if you do need a 7 frame, that's a pretty good reversal if you think someone's gonna mash. But yeah, other than that, kind of slow. And then in the command normals, the forward and back and all that kind of stuff, this is where she becomes pretty crazy. She becomes very strong in the neutral. She's got a 12 frame advancing mid and a 9 frame advancing mid right there. Both are combo starters and both are safe. Oh yeah, if you want to just make a read on some movement, move in, Supergirl can do that for you. Stay safe while you're at it. There's a string you can just throw out. Oh, just careful about getting whiff punish or something like that. But yeah, you can just throw it out. No big deal. And then yeah, this string leads into an aerial string, which will kind of start showing how to link that kind of stuff in a little bit here. But yeah, that's another thing that she kind of lacks is kind of mix-ups a little bit. She gets some a little bit more with cross-up stuff that again we'll get into a little bit later, but with just traditional low overhead mix-up, she does have one overhead, and that one right there. Again, death on block if someone blocks it, so you're gonna get punished for that. But it does catch a lot of people off guard, and you can be sneaky with things like that because it is not a terrible stagger. Then going into a low and then just kind of mixing those in as well. But yeah, as far as the traditional low overheads, she's not really the greatest in that department. I didn't mean to press that button, but here we are. And for strings, lastly, she has this 1-1 up 3, which I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone use. It's kind of neat. There might be like some corner combo things you can do with it, but I don't find it very useful personally. This is our plus on block string. I believe it's +2, which kind of allows us really the only way that you can get a little cheeky down 1 in there. And then lastly, we have this 2-1 string. So you can do 2-1, you can 2-1-2. 2-1-2 is actually a restand. So if you catch this like from the air, you'll restand them. It says that you're at 0 frames. So it's kind of even if you're going to go for a down 1 or a down 2, something like that. You might win, but sometimes frame data can change depending on how high you hit him in the air. Because it doesn't have real-time frame data in this game, I can't tell you for sure. You'll just have to kind of test things. And then yeah, so this so you can extend this 2-1-2 string by mashing it again, and she does this little Thunder Punch. Again, not something that's particularly useful, I found. The amount of damage that it adds, you might as well just stop it at the restand and go into something else. But if you have the opportunity and you can kill somebody with it, it is kind of a flashy string. Very Supergirl-esque. On the special moves, this isn't exactly a special move, but it is something that's kind of unique to some characters. She does have an air dash, so she can air dash forward. Her forward dash range is actually insane. She goes really, really far. Really, really good for setups and that kind of thing. She can do it backwards as well. So yeah, keep that in mind with your movement, but it is a commit, and there is a moment where you're unsafe and vulnerable. So use it sparingly. Use it to move around. Move it if you know it's going to hit. Move it to connect some stuff. Yeah, it's good times. So first off, we have the Rising Sunstrike, which is down back 1. which is her wake-up attack. This has invulnerability frames if you get knocked down. I really wish it told you what your wake-up attacks are on the move list. Man, we've come a long ways in NRS. But yeah, the meter burn version of this allows you to cancel it into her float. Which, by the way, she's got a float. That's leading into the next one. So if you jump in the air anywhere and you burn down back 1, go into her float, and she can dash out of her float. And then you can also air dash out of the float into another float. Hold on, this might take me a second. I'm still learning this game on leverless. Aha, so that wasn't too bad actually. So technically, if you could do on wake up this into that, and then into more cancels if you wanted to, so it's like a 3-in-1 cancel almost for a 1 bar meter. So that's kind of where that comes into play. And yeah, it's a pretty basic move. Next we have her teleport, her down back 2. Regular one's a high, so if you're having trouble with this move, you can just duck. The thing will completely whiff and you can full combo punish it. I hit all sorts of people with this, like the very first, couple weeks of the game, everyone was just like, oh, I can't do anything about her teleport. But the great thing about that is when they start to duck it, you just meter burn it. Now it becomes an overhead. So it will hit them if they're ducking it. And then you just go into a combo, whatever combo you want. I kind of dropped that one a little bit, but you get the idea. So yeah, really good. I use the high one more for kind of like whiff punishing. If I see somebody doing something like maybe Ivy calling a trade or Dr. Fate doing his little whipping the ball out, try and react and hit him with a teleport. And there are some instances, I think like her jump 2 will get into the teleport. That's not what I wanted to do at all. But that's actually not a bad transition into something that I actually forgot to talk about earlier. Her back 3 and her forward 3. So her back 3 is standard. It's not super flashy. Just a kick. Doesn't go super far. But what's really interesting is her forward 3. Boom. Middle. And she's got a far one. Whoa! So you can kind of catch people off guard depending on where you're going. And it also can create cross-up situations where you actually end up attacking on the other side, negating whatever they're blocking on the front. So there was a kind of a guess on like the forward. And if I can space it properly, there it goes on the other side. So super good, super ambiguous in the corner. There's some really gross stuff in the corner with that. So make sure to really look into this tool a lot. It's super duper strong, and it's definitely one of her better tools in her kit because her combo damage isn't the greatest. So she kind of relies on kind of looping things over and over again to kind of open you up and get kind of 2 combos in one kind of idea. So keep that in mind when you're strategizing. And then we have her Frost Breath, which is down forward 2. It's multiple hitting. This is kind of my main combo launcher that I try to use. You can commit some kind of combo and then you meter burn it into that. Hit a back 3, there's your combo. So yeah, combo with that would look something like this. There's a basic combo. So you see we got 1 bar, 311 damage. Not the most optimized thing in the world, but you get the kind of idea behind the lack of damage stuff. So to get the most out of this move, you want to kind of hold it as long as you can. I believe there's 5 hits to this. You can get as close to the 5 hits as you can before you meter burn it, because you can meter burn it right away if you want. And you just get the 1 hit, but you're sacrificing the damage. So there, I pressed that button again. Or if you just wanted to use it as kind of like a slow moving like ice ball thing, you could do that as well. Just to kind of cover some space. I don't really like to do that because it's not guaranteed, and I like to guarantee my meter if I'm going to use it. Meter is very precious to me. So next is the Kryptonian Force move, which is basically just a forward advancing mid. Safe on block, -4 with some decent pushback. So you could do something like boom, 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 and that's almost I'd say probably just over half a bar of meter that you've built just from someone blocking this, because that's plus on block into that move. And then you can meter burn this one to send a full screen tornado going their way. So yeah, you can kind of bait them out in this, so you're coming forward, maybe you don't want to, and you're just going to stay back. It's tornado time. I don't use that one a whole lot, kind of similar to the ice breath thing. I don't really want to use too much unless it's guaranteed. And I probably wouldn't use it much on block because I'm pretty sure it's quite unsafe. Again, it doesn't have like real-time frame data in this game, so I can't tell for sure. But I have a feeling, I have a hunch, that it's not the safest. And lastly, she's got a little air slam. The default, I believe, is with the left trigger with the throw. So then you just, when you knock them into the air, you just press down and throw. and she'll just slam them to the ground for a little bit of extra damage. So I use this sometimes. I think it's a... Let me test it before I spread misinformation. No, I was going to say it might be a side switch, but it doesn't look like it is. But yeah, I've seen a lot of Supergirl combos use this as a combo ender for her, so feel free to try it out, see if you like it. Looks good to me. But putting it all together is really what I find to be the most fun with Supergirl. So we're using a lot of the float to kind of create cross-up situations, kind of like what I mentioned earlier. So yeah, I do that a lot. Like, say we have this plus on block string, which can also be a punish string. And then we can go into that. And then we're going to actually drop the combo to create a fun to blockable situation. And they gotta be on their toes. And there you go. So something like that, you know, so you kind of intentionally drop one combo. If they're trying to wake up, their wake up might be reversed by you crossing them up and then hitting them on the other side. And there's also some super ambiguous stuff you can do in the corner with their forward 3. You know, where it hits. Like you saw right there, it said cross up in the corner. Didn't look like it crossed up at all. That did not cross up to this. And we're back in the corner. So yeah, and then you can do even sneakier stuff, like say that same start we were doing over here. Bam, cross up back to the same side. So things like that is where she gets super duper fun. And this float, kind of the core into the jump 1. And yeah, Supergirl loops in the corner, especially against someone that's never fought against her before. Super fun, super oppressive. You can sometimes just loop that over and over again. They'll catch them waking up. I do it into 1-1-2 because that's super easy to hit confirm into the breath. And then if you see that they block it, you can just stop it at the 1-1-2, and then you're plus on block anyways. That one crossed up, and I'm not exactly sure why. That's the overview of her. Yeah. Super duper fun character, super duper basic, not much to her. It gets a little bit more complicated when you start into the float shenanigans, but a little bit of practice makes perfect, as they say. So let me know if there's something you enjoyed, if you'd like to see more character overviews here on the channel, or any other Injustice 2 content ideas that you have. I'm opening to switching it around. And if you want to play some matches, if we can get enough people either on Xbox or PC, then maybe I'll do a live stream and we'll do some viewer matches for you. So yeah. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like because it really helps me out, and subscribe if you haven't because I make new videos almost every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks, all that stuff, and we'll see all you Bonehawks in the next video.
Accept your death.